Good morning, students. So children, in the previous video we studied about our mini earth, that is the true model of earth, our globe. We also studied about the two imaginary lines which run through the surface of earth. The very first one was axis and the other was equator. Axis helped us to rotate the earth and the equator divided our earth into two equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So children, today we are going to study about the lines of latitude, or we can say the parallels of latitude. In your maths you have studied about various types of lines, children, but what do you think are lines of latitude in geography? Any guesses? Okay, look here in the picture on your screen. You can see lots of horizontal lines running on the surface of globe. Can you see it? So these are the lines of latitude. Children, the very first thing to keep in mind is these lines are also the imaginary lines. There are no such horizontal lines on the surface of earth. So now the question arises कि when there are no lines on the earth, so why we have made it on the globe? Let's find out the answer to this question with the help of an example. So children, just for an example, it's your birthday today. You are inviting your friend to your house for your birthday party. How will you explain your address to your friend? Obviously, with the help of certain reference points, you will give reference of certain places or certain signs and symbols which lie near to your house. It may be any temple, it may be any ground, etc. So these reference points will help your friend to find your house easily. So children, in the same manner, when you want to look for a certain country over the huge globe, so these lines of latitudes are used as reference points to find out that certain country. We all have seen a globe, it is very big. So to make finding a country, to help locating a country easier on the globe, lines of latitudes help us. Now children, let's learn about the various features of lines of latitude. The very first one is every parallel is a circle. Every parallel form a complete circle. Second, they are measured in degrees. Just like in maths, we measure things in different units. Here on the globe, we measure lines in degrees. Now there are 90 latitudes in the northern hemisphere, that means in the upper part of the equator, and same there are 90 latitudes in the southern hemisphere, that is below equator. Next, since equator is in the center, it is a 0-degree latitude. So we can say that there are total 181 latitudes, 90 in the northern hemisphere, 90 in the southern hemisphere, and one is our equator. In total, we have 181 latitudes. Next children, all these latitudes are parallel to each other. You all know about parallel lines, they never intersect. In the same manner, these parallels of latitudes also never intersect each other, they run parallel to each other. Next, all the parallels of latitude in the north or the upper portion are known as north latitudes, and in the same manner all the parallels of latitude which lie below the equator in the south of equator are known as southern latitudes. Then children, the upper portion in the north pole is denoted by 90-degree north latitude, and the south pole is denoted as 90 degrees south latitude. And remember children, all these latitudes run from east to west direction. What did I said? All these latitudes run from east to west direction. Any doubt till here? Okay, moving on to the next. The next one is the longest latitude of the globe is equator. Which is the longest latitude? Equator. The longest latitude of our globe is equator. And children, one thing more to remember about these parallels of latitude is, as we move away from the equator, as we move from equator towards the poles, the size of latitude decreases.